Hello, it is I, Daviscube here, and I wanted to tell this story because, like, over the course of Luigi's Mansion 2, I was trying to get a Switch for, like, half of it. Well, not even half, like, the midsection of it. And, well, I have one now, obviously. But there was, like, a whole saga that happened, and it was over the course of a couple videos. And I was just gonna make a compilation of all of them, but, like, I was getting, like, interrupted and stuff during me telling it because I was playing a video game. So I'm just going to tell the story, and I'll probably have some game or something playing in the background, maybe some music, whatever. So I'm going to start the story off. I'm not going to give exact dates, but I just wanted to put the story out there and just have it like a little maybe update video of how we got here. You know what I mean? So our story starts off where I sign into Nintendo like as soon as the Nintendo Direct came out for it, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll do the pre-order invitation thing. So I do that. A month passes. I don't hear anything. I'm like, okay, cool. A couple days after that passes, still didn't hear anything. We get an email that says like we're overwhelmed with the order because they were having that situation where the price and a lot of people weren't digging like their business practices, which is 100% fair. I'm not trying to like, and like put people down for that. It is right to have that because their business practices right now pretty bad. So I was like, I'm still gonna get one. But a lot of people ended up buying them and like pre-ordering and stuff like that. So they said we're still fulfilling the orders. By the way, still haven't gotten any email saying I wasn't chosen or not. Just whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. Eventually, the time rolls around where the Switch 2 comes out. Still haven't heard anything. And they're like, oh, we're still sending them out, the invitations. Don't worry. So I'm like, you know what? A day or two passes. I'm like, I'm gonna go see if there are any because I start seeing on like Twitter and everywhere else, people are like, oh, dude, nobody's buying these things, man. I just walked out to my local super store, and there it was. So I was like, all right, cool. Because a lot of people thought it was going to be a failure. It obviously isn't now that we know the sales numbers and stuff. Well, not the exact sales numbers, but you know what I mean. So I go out to Target. Didn't have one. I go to Best Buy. Didn't have one. I'm like, alright, cool. I checked the Walmart website. Nothing. Okay, that's fine. So I let another day pass, like another 2 days pass. I'm like, whatever. I am about to go on vacation soon, so I'm like, I want to record a bunch of stuff. So I really want to try to find one. So I'm desperately over the course of like the next 2 weeks before my vacation started, I'm trying to find one. So finally, after a week of nothing, I'm like, alright, dude, whatever. The next week, see, this is where I understand the true horrors of trying to find this Switch. It's the Switch 2. So I'm like, okay, cool. I go up, I'm gonna go to Best Buy, right? Because that place seems to, be doing way better. Because Target was like, nah, dude, we don't even know when we're going to get them. Best Buy was like, we might be getting them at some point, a little bit better. There's a GameStop nearby, but I was not that desperate yet. So I make my way up to the thing. I'm going to Best Buy. Then I have to go to the bathroom. And on my way to the Best Buy at the place where I live, there's a Target, right there. As soon as you get past this I have to go across town, and there's a Target right on the pathway to the Best Buy, which is on the other side of this plaza. I'm like, alright, cool, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. This was a mistake of the highest caliber, but I'll get to that later. So I go around because you have to cross from the back to keep going down, so it'll be quicker to get through the plaza to get to the Best Buy. I'm like, no, since I have to go around, I'm hit with one of the worst smells I think I have ever smelled. It smelled like sour milk or something. And I'm outside. You know how hard it is for something to like permeate the air when there's constant smells going around outside? So I go into the Target, and I'm like power walk. I'm not sprinting, but I'm power walking because I really gotta go. Go to the bathroom, come out. I see a woman working at the electronics. I'm like, hey, ma'am, do you have any switches? You know, switch twos. And she's looking at me weird and like takes a step back, and I'm like, okay. And she's like, let me go talk to my my lead. I'm like, all right, no problem. So I'm just sitting there, I'm waiting patiently. Her lead, another dude comes in, and he walks close, but he's still, well, he doesn't get close, but he walks up, but he's still at a distance and like guarded. And I'm like, what's going on? You meet a crazy or something? What's happening? Oh, I forgot to mention also, there's like a big line coming out of the building, and I thought maybe that was the line for the Switch too, so that's why I was asking about it. Like, do I have to get in a line or anything? And the guy's like, oh, you're here for a Switch? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, you gotta go down to like customer service and talk about that, because we keep stuff like that locked up there. You know how it is. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they were both a lot more friendly when they found out I was looking for a Switch. And I'm like, okay. So I head down to the customer service, and this woman still starts giving me the weird look that all of them did. And I give her the same story, like, hey, I'm looking for a Switch 2. I know you might not have any, but, you know, I just want to make sure. And she's like, also, I want to know if that's what the line about. And she's like, oh, you're here for a Switch? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, okay, cool. All right, we thought you were here for the Pokemon cards. I'm like, oh, yeah, new deck did come out. So apparently, like, because you know how bad scalpers and stuff and people are about Pokemon cards. Not normal people, they're fine, but Pokemon cards are wild. So that big, huge line that smelled like rotting milk, like sour milk, that was a bunch of Pokemon card people. And I'm like, bro, I have went to like one convention, and it wasn't that bad for the smell, but now I'm like, okay, cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, stuff like that, I get it. I was not at that convention for long, so I don't really have to smell all that much. But I've become nose blind to a lot of stuff working as a janitor for almost a decade now. Well, actually, I think a decade now. And I'm like, Jesus, like I can still smell it. So, which, by the way, I go to Best Buy after this, and I'm like, ugh, don't want any part of this. I leave, I go to Best Buy, and I talk to the dude there, and he's like, oh yeah, we have some, and I'm like, cool. He goes into the back, he talks to the people, and he comes out, and he's like, I am so sorry, we had 3 left, and we just sold the last one 6 minutes ago. If I wouldn't have went to the bathroom at the Target, I'd have a Switch, because it takes you a while to get up, or me waiting is what took up after I went to the bathroom. If I wouldn't have asked about a Switch, I probably would have made it. So, I had, you know, I'm like, okay, cool. So over the course the next few days, I go, like, and they're like, we may have some next week. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go next week on, like, my payday. This is the week, or no, they said we might have some on Thursday. So I go on Thursday. This is literally the day before my vacation. I'm like, all right, cool. This is my last chance to, you know, just spend nothing but my vacation doing all that. So, like, you know, recording. So I'm like, all right. I go up there, and they're like, hey, it's right, we are getting a delivery, but we don't get it until night. Like, until, like, near closing of electronics. I'm like, you're at Best Buy, shouldn't you get them at the beginning? And they're like, yeah, we don't know what to tell you. So I'm like, whatever. I go to GameStop. I'm that desperate, and they're just like, there's a dude, he's like, Switch? I'm like, yeah. Oh, we have a bunch of Switches. I'm like, cool. He brings me a Switch 1. I'm like, dude, the Switch 2. He's like, they made a second one? Bruh. So, I'm like, this dude who works at a game place and should know what's on the list of stuff to sell just has no clue. And I'm like, alright, man, you know what? You're like, what, like 17, 18? I'm not bothering with this. I'm gonna go. So, I go, I come the next day. They're like, oh, we're out of Switches. Which, by the way, I have to wait in another line. And it's that same, not the same smell, but it's the same, like, disgusting sort of soury milk smell. I'm like, freaking Pokemon card people. I'm like, they sell cards here? So I look at the back when I'm asking about the Switch 2, because they let me in, because I wasn't looking for cards. Yeah, they're cards. Didn't know that Best Buy sold cards. Then I'm like, I'm desperate. I went to Target, they're like, we don't have it. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, I'm desperate again. I'll go to GameStop. Maybe someone there knows what they're doing. I see another line. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm done looking. It's fine. I can live without it. I need one, but I can live without it. Well, I don't need. I want one, but I can live without it. So I'm like, okay, cool. I go home. I sit down in my chair, and I turn on like my computer, and I'm like, I'm gonna start recording some Luigi's Mansion 2 because I'm still playing through that at the time. We were close to the end. I had a tab left open for Walmart, so I get home, turn that on. They have 6 of them. So I immediately like, what the heck? So I get the one with Mario Kart, buy that, and they're like, yeah, we'll have it for you tomorrow. And I'm like, I just sat through a freaking line and walked halfway across it, whatever. So, tomorrow comes, and I'm like, oh, dude, I can't wait. They're like, we're going to have to delay today. I'm like, dude, whatever. So then it comes in, I post it, we get all the good stuff, we're ready to go. I'm on my vacation. And I spend most of it playing. I played most of it recording frickin' Luigi's Mansion because I was still like not halfway done. And I'm like, oh yay, see look, I did it on the Switch too. Oh my god. Well, I didn't know that I just didn't know that the scalpers and all those, like, y'all gotta start taking showers, man. I swear to God.